the William Webb Ellis Cup. Referee Bob Borden of Australia signals, and Grant Fox begins the first ever Rugby World Cup match, and the man with the ball is number 12 Warwick Taylor from the kickoff.
The ball goes over the goal line. It's open slather. Anyone can fall on it. The scrum finishes.
30 minutes gone. The weight is going in. That's Innocenti. Hey, referee's awarded a penalty try. The referee has awarded a penalty try, so a sensational opening score in the Rugby World Cup series.
Without doubt.
So 9 points to nil now, the All Blacks lead, and I guess Graham Thorne, the Italians,
is going to take a pound.
Shelford, tight head, Alan Wetton, Fox, in pass, and the first try scored by an individual in the World Cup goes to Michael Jones, and don't they just love it on Eden Park? And what an ovation. It came from a tight head, Shelford to Wetton to Fox. And look for number 7, Michael Jones. They left him unguarded, and he was a try on his debut match.
It's a support play that got the try for Michael Jones. He's done it all this year and last year, supporting the ball carrier. Fox digs in here. See, he looks inside, and who's there but number 7, Michael Jones? And the try line was there, and he was over it.
Again, the loose men. Shelford to Alan Wetton. To Fox, who turns it in field, and you can see in the background Jones in the roving role of the flying flanker, and that was the first individual try for New Zealand in the Cup Series. Jones again. Oh, the number 8 forward, Atuzo, let him go. Kirk is on his own, and Kirk's in. The pressure was relentless, and Kirk scored the try. Here is the build-up for you. It went a wee bit wrong here with Stanley and Kerwin not quite getting it together. Jones running, taken down, but look really for number 9, because when the ball is well positioned by Jones for the forwards to come in, there's really no one on the blind side. And David Kirk, it was a 3-on-1, you see. The poor man there, the Italian defender Atuzo, had no chance at all. Set for some sort of move. Atuzo, here it goes back to Oscar Colodo, number 13. And Italy are on the board with a top goal by Oscar Colodo. The drop goal. And he's added the first points in the second half, Oscar Colodo, and it's 17 points to 6. Okay, that could possibly take away the advantage the Italians have built for themselves. Fox, Stanley, straight out to Kerwin. Lots of men ahead of him. Gallagher, and Taylor has struck back for the All Blacks. Well, there's the example of how not to play international rugby. The mistakes have to be kept out. Gitsoni fumbled the ball, and the All Blacks had the scrum. It went out along the chain, and Warwick Taylor scored. It came from the scrum. There was all sorts of juggles from Fox. Then Taylor was left out, but he was sprinting behind the backs, out of the picture. And Kerwin passes to Gallagher. You see Taylor sprinted right around the back of them. And that's classic second 5/8 play from Warwick Taylor.
Good move by the All Blacks. The double skip. There's the first one. There's the second one. Watch the way Taylor was out of the blocks and backing up. Now the quick hands from Gallagher made the try there. Quick, bang. Away he goes, gives it to Taylor, and he outstrips him on the outs control again.
Shelford, Kirk, and Craig Green has got all the time in the world to go through. It's the classic lefto move, which Murray Mexted and Bernie Fraser and company made famous a few years ago. Your number 8 moves left, the halfback takes the pass, and then the left winger waltzes in. And look at that from Craig Green.
Well, I go back a bit further to the classic lefto with Brian Lahore, Keith Quinn. And it is 1, 2, 3, and Clive Green plays with him. He says he's going to put the ball down. He doesn't, and runs in to shorten the angle for...
Okay.
McDowell tapping down to Fitzpatrick. Kirk away to Fox. Stanley, Taylor, Gallagher. Green's going to get 3. That's a hat-trick for the flying Canterbury left winger. Well, it was a back move which began from a tap-down ball, and there are a few misses here. Taylor, who's been the danger man today, is left out, and maybe the Italians just looked at it, but 2 good long passes, and the third one saw Craig Green in easy street as he goes in for his third.
The wide open spaces again. The high density areas left behind. There's the third pass, and now out to Green, and all Craig Green has to do is go over.
The next month. Here they go again. Fox, swing it wide. Taylor, who's had an excellent game. Craig Green. Alan Wetton. And the try is there for Richard Lowe. Sorry, McDowell. Here it comes again. Out into the backs. Taylor. This time Green piling back. Now look for the props charging through. Number 3 is low. Number 1 is McDowell. And big Steve McDowell launches himself for the line.
Here it comes again. There's the crash ball from Craig Green. And then the forwards go over. Alan Wetton doing some great work, turns the ball so well and sets it up for his prop forward, big Steve McDowell. You can't stop him close to the line.
Fox picked it up beautifully. Stanley. That's the 22 there. Shelford. Fox. Nice little sidestep. Kirk. And now Kerwin. And Auckland's hero, John Kerwin, is in. Here it comes again. Alan Wetton has just taken a feast of ball in the lineouts. And when it was hoofed through the lineout, it was picked up beautifully by Fox. Taylor again pushing into the defenders and drawing them. But out on the left, John Kerwin was waiting all the time. A lovely handoff by Shelford and a good little jig by Fox. And a nice little set-up pass by Kirk. Made it easy for John Kerwin.
It was actually made by Michael Jones, getting to that ball very quickly and getting it back, and Shelford picked it up. Foxy had a little run on his own, and then David Kirk thought about selling a dummy, but then he gave it out to John Kerwin.
Well, you can have all the organisation in the world and all the planning, but you cannot allow for one of rugby's great traditions, the dog on the field.
We'll go back to that famous game at Lancaster Park. Was it the touch judge, Keith?
They've got all security here. Everybody's got to wear tags at the World Cup to identify themselves. And they're all like dog collars. You wear them around your neck. But that guy there, he didn't have any ID. So Ambrosio kicks off. The Italians are beaten right out of the action now. New Zealand have scored 48 points, and they might be looking for 50. John Kerwin. outside is 22. So it's an 18-metre run right up the field. Remember, the All Blacks have never scored 50 points in a full-blown international. But with this run and this try, they have now.
Well, in the South Island and a lot of places around New Zealand, they say he's not that good. Well, I'm not going to say a thing because you just watch it.
He says it all for himself, Graham. This is just marvellous running.
And at the end, he just plays with them.
That look there with the back lip, you could have sworn maybe it was a little halo over the man from Auckland. And what two wonderful tries there were by John Kirwan.
This year at Eden Park, he has, as they say, walked on water.
And here he goes again! What's happened here? Everybody's taken by surprise.
The throw-in from halfway is allowed in the laws of the game.
Now, let's explain that one. The try has been scored, and that was a technicality on the rule book, which the All Blacks played brilliantly. David Kirk's asking the referee, and he pick it. When the ball is kicked out of the full, you have the choice of taking the kick again, receiving the kick, or taking a line out at halfway. The All Blacks ran to halfway and took the quick line out, and away they raced for a try. There's the end of it, with Kirwan in passing to Kirk, and they cooked it up over on that side, and that is a... Gallagher in. Green. Gallagher. And now Stanley takes New Zealand up to 64. Again, run in from a long, long way out along the back line. Fox to Taylor. You see Fox coming in assistance. Gallagher in and pushing through the gaps, which are a mile wide late in the game. Green had the ball on the left wing, and his in-pass eventually finds Joe Stanley staying in support from Gallagher. And away goes Joe Stanley and scores. The penalty try. Fox. Green. And the try is scored, and it's appropriate that Alan Witten should get it because he's had a good game. 68-6. And underneath, up comes Alan Witten, and he has scored try number 12 for New Zealand. You know, I thought Craig Green was going to do the decent thing and score that third try for me after all, Graham thought, but he didn't quite get there. But really, it was very appropriate that Alan Witten should be on hand right in the last minute to score try number 12.
The loose forwards have been magnificent in the second half. What's a long pass again, out to stand inside there to Craig Green. He's so strong, going through and inside Alan Witten, who's been sniffing the ball all day, and over he goes.
So the game is over. The game is over. Alan Witten had the last say.